What if I told you that the characters from Winnie the Pooh aren't just lovable animals from a children's story, where they might actually represent different mental health conditions? From the constant anxiety of Piglet to the quiet depression of Eeyore, some psychologists believe the 100-Acre Wood might secretly be a map of the human mind. Welcome to Popcorn Programming, and today we are diving into the psychology of Winnie the Pooh and why each character might represent different mental issues. Pop pop! Winnie the Pooh follows the adventures of a group of animal friends living in 100-Acre Wood. At the centre of the stories is Winnie the Pooh, a kind but simple bear who loves honey and spends his days going on small adventures with his friends. Those friends include the anxious Piglet, the gloomy donkey Eeyore, the hyperactive tiger Tigger, the organised but often frustrated Rabbit, the self-proclaimed intellectual Owl, and a few others. Together they explore friendship, kindness and everyday life in a simple but quite charming world. But beneath the surface of these children's stories, some people believe that each character might represent something deeper about the human mind. While this was never confirmed by author A.A. Milne, the connections are surprisingly strong, so let's break them down character by character. We'll begin with the titular character of Winnie the Pooh, who, according to this theory at least, represents ADHD or impulsivity. Winnie the Pooh is often interpreted as representing Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder, or ADHD. Why does Winnie give this meaning? Well, he's extremely distractible, he often forgets what he's doing, he acts on impulse, especially when honey gets involved, and he really struggles to focus and plan. Some examples of this behaviour is he often starts tasks but quickly loses focus, his thinking process is often quite slow, quite wandering, or easily redirected. However, Pooh also shows something important, which is that despite these struggles, he's a kind, loyal and emotionally intelligent being. Next up we have Piglet, who is often interpreted as representing generalised anxiety disorder. Piglet strongly reflects generalised anxiety disorder, or GAD. The signs that Piglet represents the generalised anxiety disorder are the constant worrying, the fear of the unknown, the catastrophising the small situations, and the nervous physical behaviour. Piglet frequently says things like oh dear, and always anticipates danger, even if there isn't any. Yet despite his anxiety, Piglet often shows bravery, proving a powerful message that courage isn't the absence of fear, it's acting despite it. Next up is probably the most famous and obvious one, which is Eeyore representing depression. Eeyore is widely interpreted as representing major depressive disorder. The traits include persistent sadness, having low energy, the negative outlook on life, and feeling unimportant or forgotten. Eeyore frequently assumes the worst by saying things as, "It's not much of a tale, but I'm sort of attached to it," which is still way more character than Eeyore have. Genuinely fair praise to the voice actor. Yet the other characters never abandon him, which creates a subtle but powerful theme, which is that people with depression still deserve friendship and patience. Next up is another fairly well known, which is Tigger, representing hyperactivity or impulse control issues. Tigger is often associated with hyperactivity and impulse behaviour, another aspect of ADHD. Traits of the hyperactivity and ADHD include the endless energy, the difficulty sitting still, impulsive decision making, and sometimes disruptive enthusiasm. Tigger's personality shows how hyperactivity can be both a challenge and a strength. His energy often brings excitement and optimism to the group. Next up we have the Owl, who represents narcissistic personality traits. Owl sometimes reflects narcissistic personality traits, but why? Well, Owl believes he's the smartest character. He loves lecturing others, often giving incorrect information but giving it very confidently, and he really struggles to admit when he's making mistakes. Owl represents how confidence doesn't always equal competence. Next up we have the Rabbit, whose obsessive compulsive personality traits, also known as OCD. Rabbit is often linked with obsessive compulsive personality traits, and the signs include a need for order and structure, showing frustration when plans change, having controlling behaviour and wanting perfectionism. Rabbit often tries to organise everyone else, which creates conflict with the more chaotic characters such as Tigger. And then finally we have Christopher Robin, who demonstrates the healthy mind. Christopher Robin represents having that balanced human mind. Christopher Robin accepts everybody as they are, showing empathy to others, helping his friends through problems, and bringing emotional stability. In this interpretation, the 100-Acre Wood becomes a metaphor for different parts of one person's mind. you might never look at Winnie the Pooh the same way again, because beneath the honeypots, the adventures and the simple stories, the 100-acre wood might be showing us something deeper, and that is that every mind is a mixture of anxiety, sadness, chaos and joy. And that's what makes us all deeply and truly human. And there you have it, there is our video. So what do you think? What are your thoughts on this interpretation of Winnie the Pooh? Let us know in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and click the subscribe button if you are new around here. That's all for now, so I'd like to thank you for watching and we'll see you later. Pop pop!